In one of my other videos, I mentioned that the work of Josephus is jaded and twisted from 350 BC back. The reason being is that the history of the church, archaeology, biblical archaeology, and theology have missed a material critical point in history, and that is the conquest of Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was believed to have lived and died by the age of 33 years old. He had a 12-year conquest, meaning he started around 21 years old, had a 12-year period of conquest, and he conquered the entire known world as we know it. He didn't stop and mess around in places. The difficulty is conventional theology has missed entirely the effects of a worldwide conquest. I submit to you that the conquest of Alexander the Great, which occurred in about 350 BC, would have changed the geography, the linguistic style, culture, and understanding on virtually everyone that his empire impacted, and his empire impacted the world. Meanwhile, conventional theology tells us that there is a 400-year silent period in the Bible between the Old Testament and the New Testament. They talk about the 400-year silent period. I have some difficulties with the idea of thinking that God was silent. I tend to believe that man was failing to listen, as we see in other aspects and parts of history. Meanwhile, as we look at Alexander the Great's conquest of the world overlaps and frames the 400-year silent period. If the world was silent, or just not listening, or more correctly, failing to record the shifts in social issues, culture, geography, language style, then our theologians have missed a 350-year section of time, which actually replicates the time of Alexander's conquests to the writing of the New Testament.